Hi there, my name is Jeff. It is August 18th, 2025, and behind me is my enclosed car trailer that my wife and I were converting into a hybrid camper. There's been circumstances in my life that caused us to make a series of decisions. That being, we're going to take this time to do a sabbatical road trip across the country for a couple months. My wife, she luckily works remote, and I'll be daddy daycare, taking care of our 21-month-old daughter. It's a work in progress, and we're going to take our first trip out to kind of test out, see how things are at a campsite in Delaware near the beach. So, all right, let's walk through it. So this is a 8.5 by 20 foot trailer with a 3-foot V-nose. We purchased it in February, did the planning for the layout, and then got to work. It's been a fun and grueling process, but hopefully it will be an awesome road tripper. Right here we have installed an RV window. We have two. There's the RV exit window that's a little bit wider on the other side that we'll show you. Also have exterior lighting. That's the only one. I'm hoping to add more to the other sides so that we can use them. On the roof, we installed a max air fan. And then over in the front, we installed an RV electrical hookup. This is a 30 amp service. I would say the hardest part of the process so far has been kind of figuring out electrical. Walls and insulation were hard too, but we really had to kind of think through all the electrical stuff. Okay, so inside, this is our work in progress. And I'll just pan through. Got some components, tools, random things floating around. A little sign of our mentality of why we're doing this, I guess. Alyssa's work desk for when she works remote. And then while she works remote, I'm going to be in the front with our daughter. We're outside playing, taking care of her. Okay, so as mentioned before, lots of planning went through this. So just kind of get a quick glimpse of all the research and planning that was in consideration. Did a lot of iterations and whatnot. PowerPoint and Excel, etc. Worrying about electrical, how it would be all laid out, as well as plumbing. But just want to kind of zoom in on what we originally were hoping for. So what we were hoping to do is make a hybrid car hauler camper. I take my car to the racetrack, so the hope was after this sabbatical road trip, we could use it for the track and also use it for long, fun family adventures. So in the front, you'll have like a kitchen area, bathroom area enclosed, AC unit, queen-size bed area with sofa, Alyssa's workstation area, random storage, a temporary wall with a door with windows. Did not end up like this, so we made little tweaks here and there, but that's part of the fun, part of the stress, part of the process, so we can walk through what's been done so far. So with the front, it's a combination. On the left-hand side, it's kind of like a pseudo bath area. This general area is the kitchenette area, and over here, the electrical box area. We also have lighting that's controlled from the front. Routed all of the cabling, wiring through the installation, just made some routing and enclosed the connections. And the cool thing about these lights is that you can turn off the lights at certain locations as well. And not only that, you can dim them, which is really nice because, suppose Alyssa needs to work, but it's late at night. We can kind of go to bed while she continues to work. And I'll turn these back on. And I forgot to mention this is the other RV. This exit window for egress purposes. Also allows us to have fresh air. Speaking of fresh air, we also installed the ceiling fan that I showed you earlier. It does inlet and outlet air, which is really convenient. So far, we've been through some heavy rains and it hasn't leaked, so I'm really happy about that. Okay, so back to the electrical. Let's take a look. And we made a child lock proof with this magnet door. We made this cabinet rip cutting some slats. Pretty happy with how it turned out. But anyways, this is the electrical area. A lot of trial and error, reading up, making sure things were sized properly, that we had the correct safety measures going on. There's also an electric generator with it, solar panels, just in case we need a little bit of a boost. So this electrical system goes to these two breaker boxes. We have a 110, 120 AC breaker and a 12 volt breaker with switches over here. And then the idea of it all is we're gonna enclose all of this and button up all the wiring in the next couple weeks. As far as the front structure goes, we utilized on the bottom 1x2 I think pine wood, and it worked out really well. I was kind of worried that it wouldn't be strong enough, but I laid on the counter and it's plenty strong enough. The shelves are made by 2x3s to give it a little more oomph, and they're screwed into the studs in the walls. As far as the kitchen area goes, we have this cooler here that is 65 gallons, and there's a fridge and a freezer side. We're hoping that it'll be enough for when we're on the road. If it isn't, though, we have another smaller electric powered cooler that we're going to keep in our tow vehicle, our 2010 Toyota Sequoia. Awesome vehicle. It's just so that we don't have to put this in the car, and while we're on the road, it'd be nice to have like a cooler. So that's what we ended up doing. And then there's a microwave over here. I think we ran out of space over there, just trying to mock it up. I think I'm going to end up putting it up top over here and then enclosing it in cabinets when we can. This is our sink. It's not connected to water, but it has a decent size, pretty decent depth. When we do connect it to water, The water system itself will have a pump over here and heat as well. Underneath the trailer, we're thinking about putting a 20-gallon freshwater tank with a gray water tank to match. I didn't want to install black water system. I'm hoping to use that sparingly. So speaking of which, we have a porta potty here that has self-contained black water. Alyssa and I, we've done a lot of backpacking and camping. We're totally fine with using like open facilities at a campsite, etc. That I think that's the preference. At least for me, it's just less to worry about. But in the case that we get into more remote areas where those facilities aren't available and we need a boondock or be self-supported, that'll be available to us. And then if you notice, original concept really was to have this area enclosed for a bathroom, but after looking at it and walking, and it would take a lot of space up. So what we ended up doing is compromising. I'm going to enclose this with some hinges, so there'll be more counter space, but if you need to use the bathroom, you pop this up, and then we'll have this curtain track system to kind of hide or create a separate space to go to the bathroom or take a shower, etc. We'll also have an exhaust fan connected over here. Make sure we exhaust all of our stinkies, although sometimes they're not. They are out to the world. When we need a shower, we'll also have a shower pan over here with a sump pump that pushes all the water into our gray water system. Let's see. Flooring wise, we're hoping to use just some vinyl flooring, like a roll, and just lay it. This is what we're thinking of, and that's to come. Let's go outside. So this temporary wall too is insulated as well. We made a custom door for it. And over in the back side, you can see like a little nook right here. Designed that so that we could put all of our outdoor stuff like bikes and our outdoor chairs, etc. Kind of pseudo outside, separated from the indoor compartment. Hoping it will work well. And then you can see our window AC unit in the back too. So, anyways, this was a quick overview of what's to come, our current progress. Hoping to report out, what we're learning and experiencing as we do our first trial run in Delaware at one of their state parks. So yeah, looking forward to many videos. And just special shout out to my wife. I couldn't do this without her support for sure. So very much appreciated. If you are interested in joining our journey, please like and subscribe, I think is what they say. And, this is my first time doing this. I don't really know what I'm doing over here. So I really appreciate you watching this video and hoping to share the journey with you. All right, take care.